Hello and welcome to Working Crass Podcast. That's Lauren.
Hello.
And I'm Joshua.
Hello.
And it's Halloween. Happy Halloween. Is that too scary?
Yes.
You say she kept telling me it's too scary. Don't do that. The people won't listen to the podcast anymore because it's scary. Happy Halloween.
Like, even if you're listening to the podcast, you can see that face through the audio. It's scary.
Go trick or treating.
It's just
Trick or treat. I like bugs.
It is. It's very scary. Ooh.
You don't like it done to you?
No.
I can't make the face at you? She sounds like she's being stabbed with a knife. Ooh. Well, it is Halloween time. It's a special spooky episode of Working Crass Podcast. Happy Halloween to all of you out there. We hope that you dress up in blackface and go out there and just have a great time, this Halloween. Get in a lot of fights with your family. That's all we can hope for.
Piss off all your neighbors.
Here's
That's what Halloween is about.
Oh,
Halloween
yeah.
is the one time of year where you can just be an asshole to all your neighbors.
Oh, neighbors get real pissy around Halloween. There's always like one family that does like Halloween decorations of like people being chopped up in half and kids in like a wood chipper being sprayed all over the place, and they try to make it real gory, and then all the neighbors go, "They need to take that down. It's disturbing. I have children here."
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that's what Halloween is about. Being a little disturbing.
Yeah. There's also always like one family who will have like a dude who sits out on the porch with a bowl of candy, and then when little kids come up, like
He's like,
jumps
"Rah!"
out at them.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then they're like walking away crying, and it's just like and then the parent with that kid has to like console them the rest of their time around the neighborhood.
No, it's okay. That's the point of Halloween. But he scared me.
I didn't even get to take my second recess.
I only got one Snickers. I had a friend that his dad loved to scare the kids for Halloween, and he hid around the corner. They had like one of those bowls that are like get your own, serve yourself your own candy. So sometimes if a family's out, they'll leave a bowl of candy there, and then one asshole comes and dumps the whole bowl in their kid's bag and leaves, and then everyone's screwed for the rest of that night. But no, so he hid around the corner. He had the bowl out ready to go. It said take one, and he'd hide around the corner and had a real chainsaw, which I wouldn't recommend using a real chainsaw for doing a bit on Halloween, because you could accidentally chop a kid up. But he would rev the fucking chainsaw and run out and go, "Ah!" This was Texas. You can get away with anything in Texas. I thought it was so funny. And I would hid around the other corner to watch it happen. And one of the times he did it, I like ran back around the corner to go see it, and there was a whole bunch. They had sewage that had leaked from their house in the corner, and I slip and I fall on my back, and my whole back and my pants and my whole body is covered in like
Dookie.
doo-doo sewage.
Ew.
Worst Halloween ever.
What were you
But then I came around the corner when the kids came around. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm the doo-doo monster.
I'm the Dookie man.
Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the Dookie man. Look out, kids. Well, speaking of Dookie men, we got Whoopi here. Whoopi is our favorite Halloween lady. She's just born for Halloween. I mean, she's a little scary, right? She looks like Medusa. Her hair's just like, those look like snakes, do they not?
Yeah, a little bit.
Couldn't you see her playing Medusa?
I could
Couldn't you see her hair kind of lifting up and going...
and then saying, I could see her hair lifting up into snakes and then whispering the magic words that unlocks the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah. And those secret words,
tongue.
the secret words are, "It's time for The View." The View is one of our absolute favorite shows ever. If we could do a different podcast, it would be just a podcast where you watch The View every day.
I have pitched this to Josh multiple times that
Mhm.
we should do another podcast where we just recap every episode of The View and we call it Review.
Review. It's a great idea. If anyone out there wants to steal it, we'll watch every episode. We'll react to your reaction to The View. We'll react to episodes of Review.
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 It's like getting real meta.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And then someone will react to that, and they'll call it retarded. A retarded show. So anyway, we got this great clip of The View that Lauren sent me that I haven't really seen much of. So
well, because The View are one of the few shows that are really like, they're talking about the
issues.
The important issues and seasonal ones too.
Oh, so this is about Halloween. This is on theme?
Yes, this is a spooky story.
Oh boy, here we go. Here's a spooky story from The View.
From the ladies of The View.
As Halloween approaches, a Texas woman is claiming her house is being haunted by ghosts who aren't shy about their intentions. Take a look.
I was in here
Through the curtain, a dark figure whispered.
I do want to say, we discovered this the last time we talked about The View and we watched some videos. But you are right, Josh. Whoopi always looks like she's letting out little farts.
Like oh, yeah. On a previous episode, like she does, she goes...
She has these little
tilt to the side and a little squint to the face.
Mm-hmm.
And these ghosts aren't shy about their intentions.
A woman in Texas is haunted by a ghost.
Looking good.
and then he turned and walked off.
Linda assumed it was her husband until her husband walked in.
And he said, "Who were you talking to?" And it was like, oh my God.
He swore it wasn't him.
It really is haunted.
Rumor has it the house used to be a bordello, which may explain why the ghosts here are, how do I say this?
Sexual.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This is a story about sexual ghosts.
I like she hears the ghost say, "Hey, good looking," and then the husband goes, "I swear it wasn't me. I would never call you good looking."
Definitely wasn't me. She lives in kind of what looks like a psychic's home, like when you go to see a psychic or like a palm reader. To be fair, like this looks like a Halloween home.
Well, it looks like the producers were like, "Let's spookify this place.
Let's spook this up. Do you mind if we add some drapes in the background, some red drapes?"
We got some red, some purple, some orange.
Yeah.
We went to Spirit Halloween. We got some decor for your house.
And at the end of the interview, we realized she wasn't even there. Who were we interviewing the whole time?
Okay.
No other way to put it.
Audio recordings have caught the ghosts talking dirty.
Oh baby, yeah. Yeah, I like it like that.
She was letting out a long fart in that clip there. She watched that video. She's like, "Is the video over yet? Are they still playing it? Because I gotta let it out." Wow. So they seem to be having fun with this, though. They think this is funny. Let's see.
That was her smelling her fart. She was just letting it waft in.
She's having a sexual hallucination, which, we all have that. We read romance books. We read Summer on the Bluffs for a sexual hallucination. You've read that book, right?
No, I have not read the book.
Oh, it's wonderful. It takes
you
you into a whole sexual fantasy, and it's fabulous. And that's what this was.
A few sexual fantasies.
Yeah. So, this is what women like that. They want to be
They got it on
turned
tape,
on.
though. They have it on tape.
She's
so
a
that
whack
gave
job, okay?
But if it's on tape, my question.
I mean, they have it on tape. So the ghost must be real. First of all, they didn't play the tape. They did say that they have audio recordings, but they didn't play any of them.
Yeah, they said, "Can you reenact what the audio recording
Well, he
say?"
said he would love to finger my asshole. Well, he said that The ghost said that he wanted to
He-
triple penetrate.
The ghost, he said to me, "Come on over here, honey. Spread them cheeks. I want to get up in your buns."
He said the scariest thing I've ever heard. He said, "Spread 'em or die."
He said, "I'm so hard right now."
Oh my God. I named the ghost Jiggle My Tits because that's what he kept telling me. Jiggle my tits, jiggle my tits. So I jiggled them.
Question is, what does the ghost look like? Like, what do they look
Well, I
like,
hope he
right?
has better intonation than
Well, that's
She's-
a good question.
She's like, what does it look like? Is he hot? Do I want to fuck him? She's like, believes this and is also kind of horny now.
Yeah.
I wish a ghost would fuck me in my house.
baby, oh baby, I want you right
But if
now.
it's like a sexy ghost,
He's George Clooney look-alike, all right?
well, then that's a different.
If you
I'll
have sex
take
with
it.
a ghost,
I'll take
do
it.
you
You're
get
not
pregnant?
No,
Is
no.
it cheating? Is it cheating?
You're not cheating if it's a ghost?
Only if you enjoy it.
It depends.
Honestly, I need the
You know, we make a lot of fun of The View, but The View is just doing what we do.
Yeah. No, they're teaching us a thing or two
They
about how
just-
to host a successful.
They just
talk
watch
show.
something, they react, they're just bullshitting off the top of their head. They're just coming up with whatever. They're just pulling shit out of their ass, and that's what we do.
Yeah, these are masters at riffing.
Shitting words out of our ass. They're shitting words right out of their ass too. Well, their mouths.
No whoopee shitting out.
Whoopi shitting out of her ass currently, but I mean, look, she has her arm on the table. I have paid close attention to like her body language now. Anytime you look at her, she does look like she's like holding on, like, come on. Eventually, there's not going to be the bottom of her seat isn't going to be see through here. They're going to have to install a toilet for her to sit on during the episode.
They're just gonna have They're just gonna have a porta potty in the shot.
Yep. Roll the toilet out. Roll Whoopi's toilet out. Show's about to start.
They just put a microphone on the inside of the porta potty. You never actually see Whoopi. You just see the porta potty.
The positive reinforcement in my life of somebody being like, ooh baby outside the shower, even if it's a ghost, I'll take it.
Yeah. It's not terrible. It wouldn't
I've
be
had
a
sex
terrible
with a few
thing.
ghosts. Never got pregnant.
I'm just going to let that ride. I don't know how many of you heard what Joy just said, but I'm going to let it ride.
It's the safest sex you're gonna have.
So there is something called a...
Wait. So, and this must be the most replayed part of the video, is people going back to figure out what exactly she said, which was she's had sex with a ghost. Is that correct? Let's hear this again.
Somebody being like, ooh baby outside the shower, even if it's a ghost, I'll take it.
Yeah. It's not terrible. It wouldn't
I've
be a
had sex
terrible
with a few
thing.
ghosts. Never got pregnant.
I've had sex with a few ghosts and never got pregnant, is what Joy Behar has said.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now, would you have sex with a ghost?
Well, what do they look like?
Yeah, this show does not make women look great. It really doesn't.
No, but I do believe that the people who are qualified to talk about politics and you know, economic issues and those sorts of things should be people who've had sex with ghosts.
Yeah, I agree. If you're thinking about starting a podcast where you talk about politics, or you know, if you're thinking about running for office, I don't want to hear it unless you fucked a ghost.
Yeah, if you haven't had intercourse with a spiritual entity, then you're really not fit to speak on sociocultural issues.
All right, let's keep going.
It's the safest sex you're gonna have.
So there is something called a succubus, which you do not want in your life because it sucks the life out of you. It's called a succubus. It's a demon.
Joy Behar's like,
I just like how they all went, a what?
yeah. Joy Behar's like, suck your butt? I'll take it. What was that? Suck your butt?
Then the other lady's like, there's someone outside your shower that's like willing to suck your butt. I'll take it.
Oh, I thought it was a
Comes from-
succulent.
No,
Oh, it's just
succulent
not-
is something that grows in the
The
streets.
succubus does not.
No, they kill people.
They're ghosts, but sexually.
Yeah, they're demons.
But it's a
So,
sex toy demon? Like
It
a
is no, they don't
sexual-
need toys.
But it's a sexual demon.
Did you talk to them when you were Oda Mae Brown?
And here's where the lesson comes. No, that was a movie. We'll be right back.
A classic comedy. Like, this show is funny. The View is funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad they took the time to explain the difference between a succubus and a succulent.
Is that like a succulent?
Is that like something like hipsters like get in like little pots and they put them out on the table and like on their patios?
That's what's really funny about this, and is that this is mainstream television. This is what is supposed to represent the majority of us. So is that like a succulent? That represents all of us, right? We're all that stupid.
Here in America, I would have to say, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
To some extent, that's probably accurate.
We do all look around, all of us all the time, look around and say, why is everyone in this country seem like they're getting stupider, right? I mean, everyone has this thought at some point in time. They're like, why does it seem like we're all our collective intelligence is just dropping and everyone's becoming stupider? And then I watch The View and I go, oh, because this is teaching us what dialogue is supposed to look like. This is teaching us what being thoughtful is supposed to look like. It's like a succubus, like a succulent.
That's like a sex toy, right? I could put it in my butt.
Do you think, like, after 9/11, The View came on and they were like, so what's the Twin Towers? Where are they? Where are the Twin Towers, though? Is that, like, in Afghanistan?
9/11, that's like a convenience store, right?
I think I saw the Twin Towers. That's one of the Lord of the Rings.
That's like the second movie in the Lord of the Rings.
That's one of the Lord of the Ringses?
Yeah.
Oh. And so a plane flew into a movie? Oh, man. Well, that was nice. It's nice to catch up with our, those beautiful, beautiful women of The View. So we got a great Reddit story here. This is from R True Off My Chest, and we love these Reddit stories. So
yeah, this is going to be really spooky.
Yeah, this one's the spookiest of all. I'm thinking of leaving my husband due to him constantly farting in public.
The horror.
The horror. My husband, let's just call him Frotan. Why? Why do we have to call him Frotan? You can't come up with a normal fucking stand-in name?
Because that's the name of the gas medicine that he's supposed to be taking but refuses.
My husband thinks he's hilarious. He's not. Whenever we go out, be it a restaurant or the shops or absolutely anywhere, he will fart loudly and smirk or outright laugh. These aren't normal farts, mind you. They're loud splurts. They're wet. They're squelchy, they're toxic, and they reek just like just risen from hell itself. Ew. People look at us, they avoid us, they judge us. I'm pretty certain there are friends of ours who no longer hang out with us due to the farting issue. My husband... You think that's true? To be fair, if somebody did this all the time, I would also have to stop hanging out with them. Like, you can't have loud splurts and be a good friend. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if they're like squelchy and splurty and they also reek like they've risen out of hell, then yeah, I'm going to be like, we'll just hang out over Zoom,
And the fact that he thinks it's funny, too, for other people to smell it, it's just like, isn't that bad? Doesn't that smell like shit?
I done crap my pants.
Everyone to come touch it. My husband doesn't have a medical condition exactly, apart from a bit of lactose and glucose intolerance.
I mean, if he's farting all the time, that sounds like a medical condition.
Yeah, it sounds exactly like a medical condition.
And if he's getting euphoria out of the experience of farting.
That's a mental condition.
Yes, I was about to say that. Definitely.
But he does go out of his way to eat trigger foods such as sour cream and milk and sourdough bread so he can fart the best he can. Look, he's just competing to be the best farter in America.
He's training.
He's just in training.
He's going to the Olympics.
Chill out. It sounds like your husband's about to be a gold medalist. Oh my
He's
God.
representing America in the Fart Olympics.
She's like, why do you just eat sour cream and milk and sourdough bread?
Well, if I don't, the Russians are going to do it first, and then they'll get the gold. I have to get the gold.
I gotta fart the best I can. I can't half-ass these farts. I gotta full-ass them.
And the Chinese are potting off all these little kids as adults with pro farts.
Have you smelled a Chinese kid's fart? Have you smelled one of those farts?
It smells like it's been trapped in a factory for more than 12 hours a day.
Lately, it's come to a head, though. I've noticed he is smelling like rank fart for a long time after the farts have passed. That just means he's shitting his pants. That's all that means. He's shitting. I do all the washing in the house, and I'm not the breadwinner. I've started to notice. Wait. Oh, I've done all the... God, I'm a horrible reader today. I do all the washing in the house as I'm not the breadwinner, and I've started to notice a clear jelly-like residual substance in his underpants that smells like curdled turds.
Oh.
Now, we were looking at this earlier, and we did decide that this sounds like Lauren wrote it, because Lauren's the only person who could write
I would use the term curdled turds.
Curdled turds. And we agree, Curdled Turds sounds like a band name.
It does.
That would be the coolest band.
Yes.
Thank you, Phoenix! We're Curdled Turds!
This is Josie Jones and the Curdled Turds.
Now here's our hit song, Fart the Best You Can. Hey, ho, we'll fart as good as we can.
Hey, ho, farts go.
Gross. Google tells me this is mucus. This has been going on for about 2 weeks now, and sometimes the fecal jelly ranges in consistence and is closer to looking like a brown poo paste, similar to Nutella. This isn't mucus. What are you talking about? This is shit. The guy's shitting his pants. It's weird. After he farts, it smells awful for a long time afterwards. And then when I check his underpants, there's like a brown paste in there. This is someone who's never heard of poop before. There's like a brown substance.
I Googled substance in my husband's underwear, and internet told me mucus, but it's brown, like Nutella. What? Is it a succulent?
Is it a succulent? So he has evolved from just farting to actually splurting turd goo and pooing his pants. Turd goo?
Again, I would use the term turd goo.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's Curdled Turd's second greatest hit is turd goo.
Splurting turd goo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Splurt is a word that can only be used for like diarrhea and farts and stuff. No one uses splurt in any other. Splurt might not be a word. This might be just something that in our collective unconscious
No, it's definitely a word. It's a beautiful onomatopoeia of a word.
It is an onomatopoeia. Splurt. He still finds it funny, and he won't stop. I mean, at this point, he does have a mental disorder. I mean, this guy is not just farting. Like, this isn't just...
He's literally shitting himself,
pants.
and he thinks it's funny and driving wedges between his family and friends. He needs to be on some sort of medication, one of the mental variety. He should be locked up in an asylum.
I mean, when I was in high school, I shit my pants, and my mom had to come pick me up and bring me like fresh pants and everything. That was the most embarrassed the most shameful I've ever felt. This guy would do it, and he'd go back to class and go, "Guess what, everyone? Hey, take a whiff."
He'd sit in the back of class and just start laughing, and everybody in the front of the classroom would be like, "Do you guys smell that? Oh, what's that smell?"
Oh.
And he's just laughing. This guy's like the Joker of farts.
Oh my God. Why so serious?
Some men just want to watch the world turd.
He shits his pants and turns over to his classmate and he goes, "Happy Halloween."
Yes, this person needs to be locked up.
I told him it's not normal for a man in his 40s to poop his pants on the daily, and he laughed at me and hand waved the issue away.
Yeah, he was hand waving the fart smell.
Yeah, she mistook that. He's not waving you off. He's trying to clear the air. I'm mortified by his behavior and embarrassed to be around him. I'm genuinely thinking about divorce as he's a disgusting embarrassment, and I don't want to be with someone whose idea of a joke is to loudly fill his pants with gut butter turds.
Well, that's what
This isn't real. There's no way. Why are we spending so much time? This is bullshit. This is not real. You don't marry someone and not know that they regularly crap their pants as a bit.
Curdle Turd's third single, Gut Butter Turds.
This person put, "You're disgustingly eloquent." Really painted a picture there. I just like, honey, it's not normal for you're 40 years old. It's not normal for you to just be shitting your pants every single day. And he goes, "Get out of here,
And then
you
shits his
fucking
pants.
idiot." Everyone knows it's hilarious.
Honey, bring me a clean pair while you can.
Just kidding. I'm leaving. I'm sitting in them. Oh man, I stained the couch. Yeah, this guy. There's something up with him.
I'd say lock him up. This man deserves to be locked up.
Lock this man up for sure.
If there was ever like somebody trying to provide evidence of toxic masculinity, this would convince me.
Absolutely. This is toxically mad. This is just toxic. The smell itself is toxic enough.
Yeah, it's not really anything to do with the masculinity. It's more just the toxicity. Of the smell, the sound.
Yeah, the splurts. Well, you know, I don't think it's great to be a man in your 40s filling your pants with shit. But I do think you should be, anybody of any age, filling your pants with Working Crass podcast.
Filling your ears, your pants.
Your ears and pants, face. And if you, well, first of all, happy Halloween. I hope you have a fantastic Halloween. And maybe dress up as us for Halloween. That'd be kind of cool to see. But no one's ever going to do that. That would be stupid. Who are you dressed as? Oh, Working Crass podcast. Oh, what the fuck is that?
Well, again, you can also reuse that Amber Heard shit costume for us as well.
Oh, you're a pile of shit.
A pile. Yeah.
Working Crass podcast is available on all major podcasting platforms and all that bullshit, but it's also on YouTube, and that's where we're trying to grow it because we got these videos and the videos are good. So go check us out on YouTube, Working Crass podcast. They've introduced handles on YouTube recently, so at some point we'll be just at Working Crass Pod on YouTube, and that'll be great. But we're also at Working Crass Pod on Instagram, so go follow us there. We'll post a bunch of updates, do clips, let you know when there's new episodes out, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Please subscribe and click the notification bell on YouTube.
Yeah, and in the comments, post a picture of your parent if you think they're really hot. Also post a picture of who you think the hottest minion is.
Yes.
And
we're giving them too many things to do here.
Eh.
You know, they say that you should they say that you should really stick to like a call to action to one thing for them to do to help support your podcast. And we've given them a to-do list of items.
No. I have a list of 23 things that I need to tell our listeners to do.
First of all, you're racist. Second of all, first of all, acknowledge your racism. No, here it is. Plain and simple. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. That's all you got to do. Don't even watch the episodes. Fuck it. Just go subscribe. Cool. Here's our last story for the day. And it's a great Reddit Am I the Asshole?
Another spooky one.
Another very, very spooky one.
Spooky.
Am I the asshole for telling my kid's babysitter that it was inappropriate of her to shower in my home? I hired a babysitter for my 5 and 3-year-old kids 2 weeks ago. My husband works shifts while I work long hours at a marketing company. So far, we've had no issues till yesterday. I came home at 6 p.m. and noticed the babysitter's wet hair and new clothes. She told me she took a shower after one of the kids spilled milk on her. I was confused but visibly upset, but she tried to reassure me the kids were fine because my husband watched them while she took her shower, which only lasted a few minutes. I was more confused that my husband was home when he had a shift to cover. I told her I didn't think it was appropriate. Okay, wait, I'm stopping here. Oh, no. It's so clear what's happening at this point. It's so 100% clear what's happening. It's so weird because, she took a shower and I asked her, why shower? And then she says, well, your husband watched the kids while I was in the shower. I go, well, my husband's supposed to be at work.
Yeah, she said that one of the kids spilled milk and put air quotes around the word milk.
Weird. So weird. I walk in the door. My husband's, balls deep in our babysitter. And I go, what's that? You're home from work? I thought you had a shift. Jesus Christ. This is sad. Really sad. I told her I didn't think it was appropriate of her to shower in my home like that. She argued that it was fine and that she had no choice. She couldn't leave the milk on her like that.
The milk.
Oh, God.
Again with air quotations.
We argued and my husband heard the commotion and got involved. He's like, nothing's going on here. Look, there's nothing to be mad about. Oh, honey, you're home.
I don't think you're going to be home for like another 4 hours.
And then another woman with a strap-on penis came out of the closet. And then a strange man with a mask knocked on the door. He said the password was orgy. He said it was not as big of a deal as I was making it out to be, but I told the babysitter that I did not appreciate how she basically ignored how I felt about this and dismissed my feelings still. She went home, but we still argued on the phone. She thinks she's done nothing wrong, and said I was being unfair when I mentioned potentially cutting her from her salary after that. Man, we're a podcast. We're supposed to be a good podcast, and here I am reading like a retarded 4th grader. I cannot get through a sentence today. It's so stupid.
Well, that might be how you're
She
reading.
home went, but she went still on the, and we went on the phone, and then, like, whoever's listening to this, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm a bad reader.
I feel like every time we read articles off the screen, I read the exact same way because I feel like my mind is moving faster than my eyes and my mouth can keep up with me.
Exactly.
And so it just comes out all garbled.
But I taught elementary school for 3 years. I used to take books and I would read the books to the kids and I would read every word perfectly. No problem. I used to be able to just read out loud, no problem. I've read 15 books this year.
But were you also thinking about riffs that you could do in between what you were reading?
Yes. As a teacher, you got to have great riffs, okay? As a teacher, you got to entertain those kids.
Yeah.
You know what I used to do to entertain the kids? I'd fill my pants with shit and make them smell it. I'd shit my pants.
I wouldn't say anything, and I'd just wait for one of the kids to bring it up.
Ew, mister, you stink.
You stink like poo-poo.
And I'm like, sucks to be a kid who has to smell my shit.
Yeah, that lady's definitely married to Cartman.
He just laughs like crazy. You have to smell my shit. She went home, but we still argued on the phone. She thinks she's done nothing wrong and said I was being unfair when I mentioned potentially cutting from her salary after that. And here's why I struggle to read. Because some of these people write like not the way you're supposed to write. They write the way you just kind of talk. And then
it's stream of consciousness.
It's stream of consciousness.
They're just writing the way they hear it in their heads.
That's correct.
Whether or not it grammatically makes sense or
That's right.
is able.
I'm not
is
a
able
bad
to be communicated effectively.
Correct. You know what? This helps me out. I'm not a bad reader. They're just bad writers.
They're just bad people.
My husband keeps saying that I'm overreacting, and the poor girl couldn't handle having milk stains on her body and clothes. Body and clothes.
Lady, milk can't stain your body.
Lady, your husband's fucking the living shit out of this woman.
The babysitter and your husband have been doing it
Yes.
for a while.
But I couldn't help but feel it was inappropriate, and she should have checked with me. Am I the asshole for my reaction? No, but you're an idiot. You're stupid. I think here's what's happening. Something's clicking in there. Like my husband's fucking the babysitter, and so she's turning this into, why are you showering in my house? And she's like really hyper focusing on that. But she knows what's really happening, but she doesn't want to be the person to accuse. Just for info, I'm the one who pays her, not my husband. I told her to call or text, always available if anything happens. I didn't even know my husband was home at the time. If you notice, I said that I argued with her even before she told me my husband was home. And no, I didn't know how big the stain was, but she argued about being covered in milk for 6+ hours. As for the question of why my husband didn't go to work, he said he was feeling a bit sick and swapped shifts with a coworker. The babysitter is 24. She said she has experience, and yes, she normally brings a bag of clothes, wet wipes, and stuff like that with her.
She also has huge double D's.
Yes, but
You were thinking about them?
no, I was thinking about this, just how sad.
Because that's where the milk stains were.
Look, here's the top comment, and this is exactly like what needed to be said. You hired a babysitter. Your husband was at home when he was supposed to be working. Babysitter went to clean up. I'm seeing a potentially bigger problem here. And this is what we said too. This is the whole reason the original poster is upset, but she's only willing to take it out on a presumably younger girl and not talk to her actual husband. Lame. Wow. I mean, this is what's happened. This is why exactly was the babysitter there if the husband was home? Couldn't she have gone home to shower and the husband watched the kids? Oh, and then you get men in here too. He was homesick. Guys, leave this guy alone.
The husband was like, no, I told her, like, don't shower. Don't get naked in my house with your big, beautiful breasts. Don't do that. Like, ew, gross. That's what I told her.
You know what? After I've come to think of this, because one day, you know, we'll have kids, and we'll have to hire a babysitter occasionally to take care of our kids. So I just want to make it clear here that, you know, I think the babysitter is probably in the wrong here. She shouldn't be showering at home, and she really is to blame for all of this. All of this talk about like the husband potentially cheating on the wife with it, that doesn't happen. That never happens. That's not real.
Babysitters should shower.
You know what? It's pretty normal for a babysitter to come home and have the babysitter had showered earlier, you know. Maybe she forgot her clothes or something happened to her clothes, you know. It just happens all the time, you know? And, you know, here's another thing. Husbands, you know, sometimes we just decide not to go to work and we don't tell you. It's just what it is. You know, it's not a big deal. It's nothing to look into. I'll tell you that right now.
And babysitters love getting covered in milk.
Look, sometimes you get covered in milk. You know, you're taking care of kids. Kids drink milk. You get milk on you, okay? Sometimes the milk is a little stickier than normal. That's okay. Sometimes you get milk stains all over your face, and some of it's, you know, in your hair a little bit too.
Sometimes you get a little milk squirt right in your eye.
It's fine. Sometimes you notice when you get home the babysitter's hair is wet because she showered, and your husband's home and his hair is wet too. You know, maybe he took a shower at another time.
Maybe it was like really hot, and he was sweating. He was sweating a lot. It was like really hot.
Maybe. But, you know, for us to sit around and say the husband is fucking the babysitter, it's like, well, you know, maybe, and if so, that's cool. But like, it's not normal. It's not average. It's probably not what's happening.
No, I was just giving her a pap smear. I was just like, I was making sure she didn't have cervical cancer. You don't want a babysitter with cervical cancer.
It was anal, so it wasn't even that big of a deal.
It was a sexual spirit. It got into the house. It did the babysitter. What was I supposed to do?
You think getting covered in milk is bad? Wait till you shit your pants and no one laughs. That's the worst.
That's how she teaches her husband a lesson. She's like, I got a new babysitter. And when you're home with this babysitter, I just want you to smell it. Take it all in. And it's just the man who shits his pants.
Yep. Absolutely. That's the woman reading, or the woman who wrote the one about her husband shitting in his pants all the time is reading this. It's just like, wow, she actually cleans her clothes when they get dirty. That's nice. That must be nice. I'd pay to have someone like that in my life. Well, let's see here. Oh, we've been going. This is a longer episode than we've done in a while. So, but next time I want to talk about concerts. I got a lot of shit to say about concerts. So next time, don't let us get away with not talking about concerts.
Yeah, we got some thoughts.
It might just be a whole episode about our thoughts on concerts. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
But before we go, obviously, as always, we talk about what we learned. And I want to say something here. Dawn of Comics always leaves a comment on what they learned. Or what he learned. He doesn't go by they, them. He would never. Well, I don't know. Maybe he would. I don't know him that well. He's just our only fan.
Yeah.
But that's another great thing to comment is what you learned during our podcast. And maybe you can use it as a passive-aggressive way to tell us our podcast sucks. And that'd be great. Any kind of interaction is a good interaction for us. So, but Lauren, what did you learn today?
I learned that this podcast stinks like the poo-poo that I just left in my pants.
But it's a little funnier. A little funnier when we shit our pants. Because we're doing it on the camera and you can't smell it through the TV.
That's what I learned.
I learned that, sometimes a babysitter just, has to take a shower. And sometimes the husband's sometimes he's home, Sometimes the husband just calls off and doesn't tell his wife. And I also learned how to get away with it, too.
And sometimes a husband just needs to drain his nutsack in a nubile babysitter.
Sometimes a husband just needs to shit his pants and fuck a babysitter. And that's what it's like to be a man. Well, have a happy Halloween, everyone. Goodbye.
Bye.